Hey, welcome back. My name is Shannon, and I guess I'm gonna do a segment called What Questions People Ask Me All the Time. So, I've been an astrologer for over 15 years. I specialize in historical astrology, and I also have developed a equation to help me find the most compatible birth date match for you, based on differing planetary alignments. This I have helped multiple people identify what they need to look for in a partner. Besides the point, I also do specialized horoscopes, individualized horoscopes that I've helped a lot of people with over the years. So today I wanted to talk to you because I've been asked, what does a personalized horoscope look like? Because you have many different options of things that I can do for you. So I have daily horoscopes. So if you are not a believer in horoscopes, if you are that person, I want to let you know that the majority of mainstream horoscopes probably won't fit you unless you are a predominant sign, because they go by sun signs in order to do horoscopes. Now, they include other planets, but they don't include your other planets. So I am a believer in informing the public why those horoscopes are usually kind of crap, right? Like, they're probably more than half of the population is going to say, I don't agree with that. I don't see myself in that. And then, therefore, they don't believe it. What I include is everything from your chart, so that way you get something catered to you. Everything is affecting you personally. Mainstream horoscopes don't do that, and I understand why a lot of people don't believe it. They make my job harder because I understand that one size doesn't usually fit all. So, with that said, I'm going to explain how I lay out a horoscope for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year, for a lifetime. Those are the different options that I provide as an individualized horoscope for you, right? So I have two different tiers basically. I have a basic for each one of these, and I have an in-depth for each one of these. Now, the daily horoscope is you're just focusing in on one day. So let me give you an example. If you want to get married, but you want to do it under the most perfect alignment, you're already making these plans, and you say, is this a good date for us to get married on? I will be able to look into what you have going on, what your guy has, and to see if that date is going to align. And if it's, like, that's how I planned my mom's skydiving trip when we went skydiving. Is I had started planning it and looked through the planets to see when a good time would be. And I tell you what, I got the coolest video. I'll have to upload it sometime. I got the coolest video of me skydiving. But I planned that day. I can help you plan your days, especially if it's big things and big events, right? That's what's most useful for a daily basic, is if you say, hey, I just want to look into this date and see what's going on and what's going to happen with me, and insert whatever you've got going on. Okay, then that is something basic, and in depth is me going in depth into what is most going to stand out, and basically go through your basic chart and go in depth into it, sign by sign, planet by planet. I can do this in two different ways. So I always ask that the interaction be recorded if it's free. But you need to record it for you to keep on your person, either to keep in your own videos or to keep in your own audio files. But I like for people to record it in general so that they can watch it back. Not necessarily for the public. I only do that for free videos only, which, by the way, if you're interested in a free reading with me, you can absolutely reach out and we can discuss how you can do that. So the week reading, hey, look, I'm going traveling for a big vacation. Is this going to be a good week? And I can look into your travel history, not necessarily with you, but astrologically, and the different patterns, and point out whether it's going to be a good trip and a good idea or a bad trip and a bad idea. And that's very basic. So I can just pull out different experiences that are going to happen that are really stand out to me. That's basic. An in-depth reading is all of those big pieces. I dive into the ones that are going to be most important and most impactful. And that would be an in-depth reading for a week. Now, an in-depth reading for a month would be, hey, this is usually a pretty bad month for me. What am I looking at? And I will go through that month, where the chart and what we have going on today or for that month. And I'll point out a couple of dates and a couple of times that are going to be key moments for you and what to expect. And then something in depth to that is, let's say there's one specific day that really stands out. I am going to really dive into that day, not as much as a daily horoscope, but I will at least go into some depth. So what does a yearly horoscope look like? Well, I will look at your birth chart. I will look very quickly through the year, especially for a basic reading, and just point out really big things to watch for. Because basic readings are only $30, I usually only spend 45 minutes, sometimes up to an hour with you for a basic reading. But I can cover a lot. However, if I am looking at a basic reading for a year, I will usually kind of fly through it, to be honest with you. An in-depth reading for a yearly horoscope, that's when I will really take some time and I will very closely track all of the phases, especially if there are multiple overlapping things at a time. And I'll pick out, some months and highlights of life during different months. And it's a lot of fun. The lifetime reading that I do, basically it's just people that are like, when am I going to die? And I hate, don't make me do that. I've seen a lot of people die. There are a lot of things that I can't unsee when I do see things. And it's very hard to not tell people what's coming up because you don't want anybody to, it hurts in advance. And I just don't like thinking about it. I don't like doing it. Don't make me do it. But that's usually what people want to know when I do a lifetime reading. That's the only way I will tell you when you're going to die, is if you book a lifetime reading. And don't make me do that. The other things that people look for in a lifetime reading is how many career changes, how many children, if I'm going to be moving, like all of the big life impact stuff. And then, you have intensive. And if you get an intensive reading for a lifetime with me, it might take a while. It might take a while. Some people is a very, unfortunately, quick reading, and other people can take a while. And that's always nice when it takes a long time to get around to look at you in the old folks' home. Again, if you have any questions, absolutely reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, fam.